You're listening to a podcast by the Perennial Leader Project. Welcome to Dying Every Day, Stoicism in a Year. We've made it to day 47, where we're continuing our exploration of the cardinal virtues. Today, we discuss the virtue of wisdom. In a letter to his friend Lucilius, Seneca wrote, "You ask what the finest lifespan would be. To live until you reach wisdom. The one who gets there has arrived, not at the farthest goal, but at the most important. That man, indeed, may boldly congratulate himself, and give thanks to the gods, and to himself along with them, and count in his reckoning with the universe the fact that he has lived." In another letter, Seneca says, "To abandon the old definitions of wisdom and use one that covers the whole range of human life, I can be content with this. What is wisdom? To always want the same things and reject the same things. No need to add that little qualification, quote, so as long as what you want is right, since one could not always be pleased with the same thing if it were not right." The virtue of wisdom for the Stoics connects with knowledge of what is good and bad. The Greek word phronesis means practical wisdom, which involves making good judgments and taking action. As discussed in the last few meditations, it's not simply about knowing how to define the virtues, it's about embodying them. In his discourses, the Stoic teacher Epictetus stressed, "That's why the philosophers warn us not to be satisfied with mere learning, but to add practice and then training. For as time passes, we forget what we learned and end up doing the opposite." For today's exercise, I invite you to reflect or journal on what practical wisdom looks like in daily life for you. You might ask yourself, do I struggle with discerning what is good from bad? Or do I actually know what is good, but find it challenging to choose accordingly? Thank you for listening to Dying Every Day, Stoicism in a Year. I hope you found something useful for daily life. If you enjoy what we're doing here and want to support the project, consider becoming a Perennial Meditations member. And finally, as always, I urge you to put what you heard into practice. Until next time, be wise and be well.